All right, welcome to the Franchise Time Machine. Sorry, I got caught up watching Ezra doing his drafts. Also, I've been coughing like crazy. Could not find a good time to start the stream. Every time I was about to start, I'd start coughing again. So we'll see how long this lasts tonight. So I left my stream on again this afternoon. I was walking Crouton when I saw this Smiley Face Jen message me on Discord, and so we cut the walk short. It was raining and pretty hard anyway, so it was a good excuse to stop. Came back to end the stream. Another person you watch had their end of stream screen up for about 2 hours. Yeah, mine was up for like what, half an hour maybe? Would have been longer without Smiley Face Jane. So appreciate that. I believe I've already Jim unknown my first laptop hound tournament for this cycle. I think I Jim unknown the 6L today. There was like two spots left, and I was like, oh, drafts are up. Let me jump in here. All right, before I start rebuilding the rest of that completely average league, I'm going to do this live draft that's going to fire during the stream. Hey, the Tampico Stogies. Yeah, that's the team from Long Gone. That's right. Yeah, I had named one of my team the Tampico Stogies, and I kept running into the other Tampico Stogies, so I changed my team name. I was like, I'm not going to fight that battle. If you could chat with people during tournaments or something, it would have been cool. I'm like, oh, like you like that movie too. But it's like, we're just going to end up confusing each other or people, so. It's also a cool logo too. It's like a guy with a cigar. All right, we're gonna have time to draft this before Ezra raids in. Okay, standard. Oh, good. Standard, modern era standard stadium. Oh, who do I take? Shohei or Judge? Jeez. I think I gotta take Judge. How good is Shohei's pitching in the live card? Yeah, it's not a great modern profile. It is an extra arm though, but wow. So I faced James think Shohei. Yeah, he might be better. You thought it was funny that Shohei played outfield when he couldn't throw. Now he plays first, third, left, center, and right. I think Judge actually has the better bat this cycle, but I think the extra arm. I don't know. I think I gotta wait. Modern. I think I gotta go Judge. I'm gonna go Judge here. Hey, Clay Dog. Happy launch day. I'm just knocking out a quick draft before we start working on that completely average league. Got to relearn all these live cards. Wood's got the best bat, but Trout's got probably a better combination of bat and glove. Yeah, he's a better center fielder than Churio. I'm surprised. These are some tough choices. BS projections. No, I didn't change any settings. This is just how it comes. I know I keep wanting to grab people just based on the ratings from last cycle. That's right. I no longer take all four catchers. I take four right fielders now. Actually, I don't need Harris this draft because I can put Trout in center field. There are only like a few center fielders I trusted last cycle. I don't need to stick with them if I've got this Trout. I think this Trout can play center. I think he'll be okay out there. Wow, this Dalton Varsho is 108 in center with 105 power. That's crazy. Well, I guess Tatis can play infield too. So we'll go Varsho, Adamas. All right, Dingler should be. Oh, his card's a little down from last year. How's this? I know this Ryan Nelson was a favorite last cycle because his HRA was so good, but not as good this year. The projection's not liking some of my favorite cards from last cycle. I think we still got to go catcher here. Peterson's down quite a bit, a lot more yellow in his card. I'll let other people answer that. I don't think I had a pull that was even worth remembering. Wow, they're really projecting a lot on Savage. His card at the end of last cycle was nowhere near this good. That's Palante. Oh, still got the good HRA. Just Palante. We'll take Palante again. Stuff Lugo's come down quite a bit. All right, Santana, first baseman, backup catcher. He's a catcher 3. I don't know. I feel like I need a real backup. We got 2 more left. 2 more catchers left. Victor Robles. I'll go Dobbins. Edwards is pretty flexible. We'll go for Edwards. Dobbins. Could do another second baseman. But really need arms at this point. It is nice that the HRA now is on the pop-up. McCullers still has that same frustrating profile with the low control. Everything else looks pretty good. Still have two catchers coming. Okay, in the last round there's only 3 pitchers, so we got to get 2 here, I think. Fortunately, both catchers will be in the last round, so we'll get our backup catcher there. I want to take Carson Williams here, but I need 2 pitchers. Because there's only 3 pitchers, we have to take 2 of them. Alright, I guess it's Casey and one of the bad HRAs, 61 or 64. Alright, we'll go lefty. Well, they're both lefties. I think Yarbrough comes with a little more juice around that 61. Oh no, they're both about the same. Alright, I'm switching to Tyler Alexander. Alright, we need a backup catcher. It's 1987, I think, so we'll go... Oh no, it's modern era. So we'll go Alex Jackson with the power. And what else do we need? Well, we're good on position, so we can just take the next 2 best bats. Kemp is pretty good. Oh, Kemp. Mateo, probably. No, Massey. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. Valdez, Peterson, Palante. Yes, average Suarez. Yeah, I like that. That can work. That can work. That's not bad. Pretty good rotation. I'm still structuring this the way I would have structured it in 26. Taking my pitchers like in the silver and bronze rounds. I don't know if that's going to work. I'm finally starting to get used to the new setup, but it's like, why? Why make this new setup? There was nothing broken about the old setup. Jake Bird closing. Yeah, that's good. That's all right. I'm going to swatch Legumina and Eflin. Legumina's going to sit up instead. Then Alexander or Perez. Perez sit up. Well, I'm not in the base game yet, though. Let's go. Let's check in the base game. Maybe I was doing stuff backwards this afternoon. Are we going to platoon Dingler and Jackson or just back up Jackson? Yeah, we're just going to back up Jackson. I don't think we have any platoons here. I think it's all just backups. Edwards may be somewhere. I'm actually pretty pleased with this team, which means first round exit, but can we best Varsho versus lefties to make sure he was available for versus righties? So we'll put Trout in center. And then give it Edwards in left. All right. All right, time to cough again. I'm going to put y'all on mute for a second. All right, let's jump back into the completely average league setup. I'm actually very pleased with how this lineup has turned out so far. We did not nail all these 50s last time around, and the defenses, other than left field, which is going to be boosted a little bit because it's easier to play than right field, according to the game. It's going to be a little bit higher, but this is as close to all 50s I think as we've gotten before. It helps that I split out some of the positions a little bit. There's corner outfield and center field. There's infield and shortstop. And then I made one utility position that has all the infield ratings of the infielder and the corner outfield ratings. I think we should also give the utility guy center field. He'll have corner outfield, center field, but he can be then the natural backup in center field too. Thank you, Z Grizzly, for the. We can give him shortstop too. He'll just do everything, but he'll have the shortstop skills of the second base, third base, and he'll have the center field skills of a corner outfielder. All right, scritches have been delivered. Thank you for that, Z Grizzly. So I have to make sure I repeat this in the free agency pool. Utility. Now I'm going to give the AI a chance to redo the lineup with that utility guy redesigned. I'm really surprised that it started the utility guy in right field. Okay, good. Oh, the utility guy is now on the bench versus righties, which is where he should be. But for some reason, he's still starting versus lefties. At least he's on the bench versus righties. Because now you have no depth here versus righties. You got depth here because he can be first or second backup. I think we should rename these guys too. Average catcher C1. Average catcher C2. It'll be 1B1 and 1B2. Field 1, infield 2, field 3, corner outfield 1, corner outfield 2, center field there's just 1, corner outfield 3, utility. Okay. I'm the one who needs some Robitussin tonight, Flying W, or all week actually, or all month feels like. All right, so AL1 is done. Oh no, we have to give AL1 pitchers. We have to give AL1 pitchers now. Thanks to Smiley Face Jane for showing me how to get to the free agency pool without having to be managing a team. All right, so let's make 4 copies of this start. I did boost the stamina to 60. So we're going to go for 5 of these. 1. Can I just clone 2 at a time here? Oh, yeah. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Let's get them on the team first, and we can number them. Hold on, I'll look in a second, Slide Vision. I just want to get this done here before I lose focus. And I have to get them named before I forget to do it. All right, there's SP1. This will be SP2. This will be SP3. This will be SP4. Oops. This is SP5. Okay. All right, so in the profile, HRA and then PBABIP. Yeah, I don't know why they switched it. It doesn't make any sense to me. All right, and then let's clone the relief pitchers. Yeah, and like, you know, if they're gonna do it in one, or in both, I would understand. Even then, though, I don't understand why. Like nothing. I don't know. It seemed like it changed for the sake of a change. I'm not excited about it. I'm finally getting used to it, but then when I come back here, I'm like, no, wait a second, what? Clone, clone. Wait, how many batters do we have? 13. So we're gonna have 13 pitchers. Is that right? Should we have 13 pitchers or should we have 12 pitchers? Hey, Ezra Denny, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. We are doing tonight is we are setting up the experimental sandbox that we use to test out things in the base game. So this is a league of 8 teams, 4 in the average league, 4 in the neutral league, with no interleague play. So we basically can run 2 experiments in one season. And all the players are as close to league average as possible and identical. Same height, same weight, same service time, same birth date, same ratings, etc. So, for example, here are the batters. Here, I'll show you. We started cloning them and adding them to this team. Average League 1. Look how beautifully 50 all these players are. 50s all around. Defense 50. Now, it can't be helped that left field is a little bit higher because the game has deemed left field the easiest outfield position. So with the same ratings, with the same defensive ratings, right? 105, 105, 105. Your center fielder would be a 56 center fielder, a 97 right fielder, and a 112 left fielder. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is why it's always funny to me when Ezra gets upset that a player who's listed as center field has center field as their lowest rating because it's always going to be the lowest rating. So every time he gets upset, I think it's kind of funny because it's just by nature of the game. But I know what he means though. I think it's more when they have a terrible rating, and it's the position on their card. No, Ezra, I thought it was interesting that you were noticing some patterns in the stuff going down. I don't know that I would have maybe tried to like associate it with causality in such a small sample size, but it was enough that it makes you want to go see kind of what's happening. I did also send you the screenshot of we did run the 2023 season in OOTP27. And the results were actually here, I can show you the results on screen here. So what we did is 2023 Major League season is the only one in common between OOTP 25, 26, and 27. And so I ran the 2023 season in each of the games. And I ran it in a 10x season. And the game actually only gives you 9.333x. It will, for some reason, not run 620 games if you 1620 games if you ask it to. It only run 1512. But in any case, in 27, all the modified counting stats, as you would expect, are within 5% of IRL, except for extra base hits in 07. But that could be, a margin, error margin on doubles plus an error margin on triples adding up to over 5%, which is fine. Stolen bases now seem to be modified properly because they're now just 9% over real life. Caught stealing is still a little high, but much more in line than previous versions. and while pitches are remain in line, balks now are in line. Balks have been crazy high before, or crazy low. Pass balls are still crazy high. Yeah, pass balls are still almost double real life. But yeah, I think it seems like they've done a good job with stolen bases after them being kind of ridiculously high, and the caught stealing numbers being almost triple real life in OTP26. So I'm wondering if we'll see something similar with stuff or strikeouts. But I don't think we will, though, because the whole idea of the modifiers is they're trying to bring these totals to where they were in real life. So it's kind of a zero-sum game. So if some people are losing stuff, other people have to gain stuff. Otherwise, the modifier would drift too low. And so that's when you started looking at this arm slot, I thought, well, that's potentially a possibility, because if they have to take from one, they have to give to something else. So if they take from the side armors, they could give to some other type of pitcher. But it seems an awfully specific way to do it, but it's not impossible. All right, so yeah, so we're basically filling all these rosters with clones of these average players. And that way, when we do an experiment, we just change one thing, then that thing we changed is the only thing that's different. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these guys. Oh, shoot. I've got to do it from here. The good thing is once you select Major League, you just have to select the team every other time. Wait, why are these guys all SP? Oh, I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, wait, this guy doesn't go. This guy stays. Yeah, okay. Fly Jimmy is the only one who remembers who NL2 was. All right. Oh, this is SP1. I forgot to rename. Wait, is he 1 or 5? He's 1. Now, right now, we only have 12 pitchers and 13 batters. Should we go 12, 14, or 13, 13? Yeah, Texican Clay Dog asked me the same thing. And my guess was, could it mean that the ballpark rotates? That's all I could come up with, though. One place we can check for whether we should go 12, 14, or 13, 13 is no, 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 don't thank me. I have no idea if that's right. That's just a wild guess. This says 13 position players in non-DH. Oh, non-DH leagues, though. 13 position players in DH league. Okay, so it's recommending 13, 13. And with the utility player we created, I think we can go 13. I think that's fine. So let's add one more clone. Okay, before we go to the clones, this guy is still listed as a relief pitcher. I mean, it's a starting pitcher, so we have to change this to RP. Okay. So now he's correct in the master list. It does stand for ballpark, but it means it's not a neutral park. Okay. Thank you, Clay Dog. So my guess was pretty good, Clay Dog. I guessed that it meant rotating park, but it's not too far off. Not too bad. And then, then I have to go into the team here and change all of those guys to RPs. And I have to number them anyway, so that's fine. We'll just do it while we're numbering them. It just makes it take annoyingly longer, but whatever. Oh no, he's already a reliever. Okay, cool. Cool. Relief pitcher 3. Relief pitcher 4. There should be 8. Relief pitcher 5. Relief pitcher 6. Relief pitcher 7. Relief pitcher 8. Oh, it made one of them the closer. I wonder how it decided that. Look at all those 50s. So good. Nice. Oh, their holds are 55. Okay, we need to fix that. Still. Hold 50. Okay, so 105. It took 20 to take it down. No. Let's try 110. No, wow, 110 is still 55. Wow, all right. Speckle, thank you for the scriptures for Crouton. Let me finish this set of edits and then I'll go ahead and deliver those. Oh yeah, I'm fine. Right? It's just I'm still sick. If that's what you meant. Okay, so those edits should be good. Let's take another look at the pitching staff and then I'll give the scriptures. 50s, perfect. 50s. Interesting that relief pitchers get 2.5 stars, so the starters get 3 stars. So we have to change the clone sources too. Right, these guys need to be 105 hold as well. I know, yeah, I should rest, but this week has been too exciting with the new game. Okay. There you go, Crouton. Scratches from Speckle. Yeah. All right. All right, this has gone surprisingly well. All right, so that's one team I think ready to go. I hope we found any things that need to be changed, because to change it for one team is fine. Change it in these source players is ideal. If we find one after like 3 teams, then I have to go back and change all the other teams. That's annoying. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let me see if I can find a cough drop. There we go. All right, so let's I guess for team 2, let's just start with the pitcher since you're already here. Clone, double, clone, crouton, and then double, clone. And then these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be our starting pitchers. Perfect. I think we'll number them once we get to the destination, because then it's just one action here. Team 2, AL2, 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 AL2. Great. Back to the free agents. Clone the relief pitcher. Wait, why is this guy SP again? He's RP. I changed it. Why did it change back? That's really weird. So now for AL2, are those pitchers all RP or SPs? Well, no, they should be. Those guys should be SPs. It's the next batch. All right, don't change. You should not be changing. So that's 8, and I need 9. So I need one more clone. No, wait, no. It's 9 because 1 stays, and I need 8 to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there we go. Down arrow, team 2, down arrow, team 2, down arrow, team 2. Keep repeating until we're done. I know this part's tedious, but it really does set up a lot of fun experiments, so it'll be worth it. That's what I keep telling myself. All right, team 2 pitching staff. Just got to number these guys. SP1, SP2, SP3. Oops, I forgot to hit enter. SP3, enter. SP4, enter. SP5, enter. RP1. I did it again. RP1, enter. RP2, enter. RP3, enter. RP4. I did it again. My brain just like freaks out and just hits the down arrow. Wait, there's only 7? That doesn't seem right. Oh, they only have 12 pitchers. I thought I made enough relief pitchers. Did I send one to the wrong team, maybe? Interesting. It makes the most recent pitcher the closer. I guess when they're identical, it makes the most recent one the closer. Now let's go back and check AL1 to make sure I didn't give them an extra pitcher by mistake. Nope. How about AL3? Oh, there's our missing relief pitcher. Yeah, he's still tagged SP too. All right, let's just delete this guy to avoid confusion. All right, AL2 still needs their position players. I wish I could just clone teams. That would be so much easier. All right, so they need 2 catchers and 2 first basemen. So we'll clone these guys in pairs. Clone and clone. We'll send this guy to AL2. And this guy to AL2. And this first baseman to AL2. Why are all their faces? Oh, because I said I didn't choose a face. Oh, good. It is randomizing their faces. That's cool. All right, infielder. How many did we give? 3? Well, I know there's 1 each of utility, shortstop, and center field. So utility. Shortstop. And center field. So get 6 more players. So I think they get 3 infielders and 3 corner outfielders. Right? I think that's right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Crouton, the cooldown is nowhere near over yet. I don't know why you're shaking your collar. So infield and corner outfield, they get 3 clones. 1 clone. Oh wait, we could just do this. Yeah, all right. So 3 of these guys. And then corner outfield. There's the original. There's 1, 2, 3. So now there should be 13 players. Yep, looks good. Again, the AI starting the utility player in right field versus lefties only for some reason. Oh, we got to number them. All right, first base 1, first base 2, infield 1, infield 2, infield 3, shortstop corner outfield 1, corner outfield 2. Oops, I didn't hit enter. Corner outfield 3. All right. So team 2 should be done. Oh, catchers. I forgot to number the catchers. Okay. All right, since we're already in the position players, we'll start with the position players this time. Catchers and first baseman. Well, actually, let's start with a single. Utility, shortstop, center field. Those are one-offs. All right. And then catchers and first baseman, we make 2 each of those. All right, and then these we make 3 copies of. Oops, did I send the utility guy by mistake? I sure did. I think I had him as a second baseman. Or do I have to release him? Just make him a free agent now? There he is. He's back. Now, why is he green? It's a little disconcerting that he's green for some reason. He's a free agent. There's no starters or anything in free agency. All right, let's number these players. Catcher 1, catcher 2, first baseman 1, first baseman 2, infield 1, infield 2, infield 3, just one shortstop, corner outfield 1, corner outfield 2, center field, corner outfield 3, utility. Okay. Let's save this. Don't lose that work. I did. I set up all my accounts, but I have not opened any of my choice packs yet. Last time I waited to see how the stats started doing, and also how our game engine tests went. And it looked like stolen bases were up, and contact, the gap between power and contact was not as large as it used to be. I went with Tim Raines on all my teams. But before those tests, I probably would have gone with Winfield. So the test helped. All right, so let's look at the pitchers now. All right. Again, why does this relief pitcher go back to being a starting pitcher? That is really annoying. All I do is go away from that screen, and when I come back, he's become a relief pitcher. I mean, he's become a starting pitcher. Wait, which team am I sending them to? Does Team 3 have pitching yet? They do not. Okay, they do not. Why can't I arrow down? Even after I send the player, it should let me arrow down the list. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we clone the relief picture. That's 3 clones. That's 7 clones. And we need 8 clones. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. I wish it just said copy instead of clone. Every time I say clone, I think of that movie. Not that movie. That series, Orphan Black. I keep thinking about that series every time I say clone. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. Okay, great. Still an RP, right? This will be, it's going to say SP when we come back. Guarantee it. All right, SP1. SP2. SP3. SP4. SP5. RP1. RP2. RP3. RP4. RP5. RP6. RP7. RP8. Great. So, American League 3 has all the players and all the pitchers. Perfect. All right, let's go back to the free agency pool. It still says RP, so we go away and do the batters. We're going to start here, though. As long as we're here, we're going to start here. Clone. This is for team AL4. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we clone the relief pitcher. That's 1 clone. That's 3 clones. That's 7 clones. And 1 more is 8 clones. not meant to be a note. It was meant to be a clone. No, no, no. What? How do I undo this? Remove from all shortlists. There we go. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 8. All right. Should be it. So it says RP. We're going to go do the batters. We'll do the batters again, right? Because we're kind of going S. We're going S style. When we come back to the screen, this will say SP again. I can almost guarantee it. Super annoying. All batters. Okay. So the catcher is in first base. Oh, no, wait. Utility, shortstop, and center fielder get cloned once. Ooh, let's send away the green utility so he doesn't bother me anymore. Brilliant. Brilliant. Shortstop, shortstop 2. Center fielder 2. All right, let's make sure they're all there. Yep, perfect. All right, next the single clone positions. No, the double clone positions, catcher and first base. Okay. Team 4, AL4, 1, 2, first base, AL4, AL4. Okay. And then infield and corner outfield. Infield, there are 3 of these guys. 1, 2, 3. And then corner outfield original, and then the 3 copies. 1, 2, 3. All right. So now, if we go to that team, we can just number everybody. Catcher 1, catcher 2, first baseman 1, first baseman 2, infield 1, utility, infield 2, infield 3, shortstop, corner outfield 1, corner outfield 2, corner outfield 3. Okay, then we go to the pitching staff. SP1, SP2. Now it's going to get confusing when like SP3 is the number 2 starter, but SP4, SP5, RP1, RP2, RP3, RP4, RP5, RP6. Oh, I did it again. No. Well, it's saved. All right. 7, 8. All right. Looks good. All right, let's do another save, and let's start doing. Actually, let me do a BRB before we start doing the NO. Refill my water and stuff. It'll be nice when we have packs to give away again. We could have done a wheel spin right now. Yeah, I agree, Crouton. Grumble, grumble, grumble. All right, let's see. Where are we relative to the ad breaks? Oh, perfect. I'm just going to run a 3-minute ad break here. And I'll see you on the other side. Dirty baseball for Clay Dog coming up. All right, we are back, and I should have waited till we were back to click over to this free agency screen because you would have seen that this is already SP again. It doesn't have the same weight if you come back to it and I've already switched to it. It looks like I could have set it up that way. Man. Alright, so I owe Z Grizzly some scritches. Papa Sump, what's going on? Hold on. Got to give Crouton some scritches from Z Grizzly. Nerveki, I did not know that you gave Crouton scritches to let me know that I was still streaming. So, I'm going to give Crouton double scritches right now. I just gave Z Grizzly scritches. I'm now going to give Nerd of Anarchy scritches. Double scritches for you, buddy. Oh, yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you? Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. You are just blown away right now. Wow. He went straight into tummy rub mode. Unexpected double scritches. Alright, so yeah, I don't know why he keeps doing this. I mean, he's clearly got the stamina of a relief pitcher. I don't know why he would keep doing that. Did we clone him from a starting pitcher originally? Maybe we did. Maybe that's the problem. His DNA still remembers that he's a starting pitcher, maybe. Alright, so these are going to NL1. We're halfway done now. Setting up our completely average league. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, we're going to send these 5 pitchers over first. Yeah, I was actually watching another stream, and so I was no longer watching the stream, which is why it went so long. So Smileyface Jane messaged me in Discord, and that's what actually let me know. Oh, this is the one team whose uniforms I did. They have beige home uniforms and gray road uniforms. Look how boring these guys look. Amazing. So good. Alright, down arrow. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. Then the next one should be the relief pitcher. Yep. Okay. Okay, then we'll clone the relief pitcher. That's 1 clone. That's 3 clones. That's 7 clones. And we need 1 more clone. Okay, and then we'll start shipping the clones over. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. All right, let's do the batters now. All right, all players that only get 1 copy of utility, shortstop, center field. Shortstop. Center field. All right. Players that get 2 copies. Catcher and first base. Two catchers. And 2 first base. right. And then the 3 copy players, infield and corner outfield. All right, infielder 1. Infielder 2. Infielder 3. Corner outfield 1. 2. 3. Okay. Should be it. "13 pitchers, 13 batters." Yeah, T-Clev, we're setting up the completely average league where we're going to be doing the testing. So it takes a little bit of doing to get the test environment done, but once we do that, we can run all kinds of experiments in it. So we're investing a little bit of time up front, and then we'll run the experiments. The rest of these next 2 weeks will be a lot of experiments. The first one we'll do is the various batting attributes. So that we can see that gap power matters the least, but then Smileyface Jane and Claydog can show me that it does still matter, though. It's not 0, which is true. Which is true. I ignore it, and I shouldn't ignore it, but they are correct that I should not ignore it. So let's look at their pitching staff now. We'll number these pitchers. And it's a chance to show people, how to use the editor. Because to me, that's one of the most fun things about OOTP is not only does it give you this access to all of baseball history, but then you can change whatever you want. So you have all of baseball history at your fingertips, but you're not beholden to it at all. All right, looks like that should be pretty good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, always the closer being relief pitcher number 8 for whatever reason. Because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. That's interesting. Or 3, 5, 4. And then 7, 6. And then 8 on top for whatever reason. All right, so back to the free agency pool. Big learning for me today from Smileyface Jane is that you do not have to be managing a team to get to the free agency pool. You can go this way. Hey, look, it didn't change the SP this time. Huh. That's very interesting. All right. One clone. 3 clones, 5 clones. All right, this is going to NL2. If only anyone could remember what team was NL2. Sadly, that information has been lost to time. All right, I stopped before setting the relief pitcher. Good. Smileyface Jane says, until I started watching you, I honestly never knew you could find free agents the way you do either. Oh, So you knew the other way. I knew my way. Now we know each other's way. That's awesome. All right, one clone, three clones, seven clones, and then one more clone. 8 clones. Very nice. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is. This is a new game. That's why we're setting up these experiments so we can test out the new game and try to learn some things about how it works relative to the other versions. Can be helpful. Some of the stuff helps in Perfect Team 2, which is a competitive side. T Club says, very small sample size, aka one season, but I've been noticing shortstop rating of 55, at least 16 field range, is producing positive zone rating results. Yeah, so I don't know if it'll hold true in 27, but one thing we noticed in 26 was that you could have players with overall fielding ratings at their position of 50, definitely 55, some 50s, and very occasionally a 45 would win a Gold Glove. And that's something that never happened in 50 OTP 25. OTP 25, you had to be like a 70, 65, 70 fielder to win a Gold Glove. And so that would also match up with what you're noticing too, that you can have some surprisingly good zone rating results. Yeah, it's all shifted down a little bit. So now when we got like someone got a 90, was it a 90 center fielder? It was crazy. I mean, 90 would have been good in 25 too, but it was exceptionally good in 26. All right, so let's go back to the free agency pool and we'll get our position players sent over to Team 2. All right, so utility, shortstop, and center field, they just get one copy each. Utility, shortstop, and center field. Catcher and first base, they get 2 copies of. So clone, catcher. First base. Okay. And then the 3 copy positions are infield and corner outfield. All right, infielder, 3 of these get sent over. That's 1, 2, 3. And then corner outfield. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that team should be now ready to go. NL2. Pitching. Let's number these guys. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, okay, I did it right. 4, 5. Okay, relief pitcher 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 13-man pitching staff. Let's just take a look to make sure. 1 through 5, 1 through 8. Let's number the lineups. Catchers 1 and 2. First baseman 1 and 2. Infield 1, 2, 3. Shortstop. Corner outfield 1. Oops. 2, 3. Utility. Okay. So we're all good. Let's do a save. 2 more teams to go, and then we're ready to start doing experiments this season. Because I am still feeling pretty rough, I don't know if we'll do one today. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just let the league play against itself, and I'll show you what you would expect. Right? It's going to be close to 500, but not exactly. So even when everyone's identical, RNG still is pretty powerful. Did I do the save? I think I did the save. Yeah, okay. All right, back to the free agency pool. Oh, got to do the smiley face chainway. All right, well, we're at the position page, so we'll just start with the positions. Utility, shortstop, and center field get 1 copy each. Going to team 3 this time. Shortstop, center field. Okay, the players that get 2 copies made, catcher and first base. Okay, and then the positions that get 3 copies are infield and corner outfield. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Okay. Actually, let's make sure everything looks good. Oh, corner outfield. This didn't get numbered. All right, looks good. Pitching looks good. Oh, wait, this is team 2. I need to look at team 3. Yeah, because I didn't number them yet. Very confusing. Okay. So now we'll import the pictures. Oh, look, relief pitcher is back to being an SP. So weird that it keeps doing that. I don't understand. What? What? What about the AI just makes it want to do that? All right, starting pitcher. 1 copy. 3 copies. 5 copies. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1 copy of the relief pitcher. 3 copies. 7 copies. 8 copies. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that all of them? Yeah, 13 players. Okay, let's number them, and then we got one more to do. Sweet. Eddie Bo asking, is it just me or are pitchers broken? They seem to cook a lot harder than the rating suggests. So, Smiley Face Jane noticed during the beta entry pool that the offenses are way down. And then so I tracked that data until I had over 4,000 games of data, and the batting averages were 200, and the OPSs were 570 something. So league batting average should be 250 something, and OPS should be about 730, 750. So they were offenses were way down. And I brought it up in the beta barn. Never got a really clear answer, except that it could just be that entry pool runs weird. So we'll have to see. Hopefully it's just an entry pool thing, but with the modifiers though, I don't think there's any reason it should run so cold. I mean, we saw too, right? Like even with the base game with the modifiers, all the counting sets that are modified are within 5 percentage points of real life. So even if it's entry pool, I don't think there's in that long of a run that it should be that far off. But yeah, I would hope that tournaments in actual league will be better, but who knows? It did, I did hear though, as I was bringing it up, that that OOTP was aware of it, and Spore in particular knew that it was happening, and so I felt like at least they know it's a concern. So and now doubly so, right? Because it happened during the beta entry pool, and now it's happening during the live entry pool. Either way, the notebook destroyers will rise once more. I mean, the thing is, whether it's running low or hot, right? Because every end of cycle, people complain about Moonball. I mean, I get that everyone wants it to run more like regular baseball and be in that sweet spot in the middle. But I also feel like, look, it's a game. If you realize there's an issue with the game, part of what you can do is like figure out how to exploit it and make it work in your favor. And so I never, I mean, I do kind of understand when people complain that like it's Moonball or whatever. But I always think like, why don't you put some of that energy towards like making Moonball work for you? So Claydog's been going heavy power so far. So do you find that the power manages to make its way through the low offense environment, Claydog? I mean, that is one way to break through. When it's if it seems like modifiers are too strong, you try to if you can break the modifier, you'll have the outlier players, right? So you can either lean into the pitching, or you can try to, you know, if you have the high end of the modifiers, then you'll have the only power in the room. There's like a couple ways you can steer into the skid of a situation that looks like it's being over modified or under modified. But in the end, though, I do we're all baseball fans, so I do understand the underlying complaint that like this doesn't feel like baseball anymore. Like I get that, I get that. But in the competitive environment, I'm always like, well, then use it. Like if you think you've figured out that something is broken, then use it. Like use it in your favor, which is what it sounds like Claydog is doing. So. All right, so the pitchers are numbered. The position players are not numbered yet. Like if I was playing blackjack and I'm like, man, there's just too many aces in this deck. I, I would be complaining. I'd be figuring out, okay, like what does that do to my count then? Shortstop, quarter outfield 1, quarter outfield 2, quarter outfield 3. Still in your good defense at those key positions. Going to keep it in for. Yeah, so I decided to put some money into some of my teams, and most of my teams are still free to play. Last cycle, all my teams were free to play, and it was fun. But I also felt like I missed on a lot of the fun early cycle because I was just trying to like gain enough resources to be competitive for the first couple PTCSs. So like today, I was building some bronze rosters, and it was nice to just be able to like buy the overpriced cards that I wanted for my roster. Not even trying to finish missions, but like so I can enter a roster into a tournament, and like that was pretty nice. Like last cycle because I did everything free to play. I was like entering silver tournaments with like mostly bronze and iron cards just so I could like until I could have enough cards. But so I feel like I'm playing two different games, which is kind of fun though. Like, With the teams I put money into, I'm like, okay, how quickly can I be competitive in these tournaments? And with the others, it's like, it's more of a resource management thing in the beginning. All right, let's see. So these guys. That should be it. So they should be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep, okay. And let me just double check the pitching. All right, we have one team left to do, and then we are done. Let me go ahead and save this. Wait, people have already completed missions? Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I just put enough money where I could buy cards to fill some rosters, and so I can jump into bronze and silver right away. Speckle, thank you for this great just for Crouton. The other thing too is because we get a free license as affiliate streamers, the money I would have spent on the license I put towards buying perfect points. So for me, it was like kind of like zero sum, right? I would have bought 2 licenses. I got 2 licenses. So top 2 in the leaderboard finished like 80 missions already. Wow. I mean, as far as hobbies go, it's probably not that expensive of a hobby, even if you put dump money into it. Yeah, no, I think there's 100% agreement that it's low. I just, but whether it's low or high, I'm just always surprised that like, I think there's a difference between like noting that it's happening. I think with entry pool, the low part is just being more noted. But like Moonball in like the end of 24 and the end of 25, I was always surprised that people were complaining about it instead of just like trying to figure out how to take advantage of it. And I didn't feel like there was this much Moonball at the end of 26. I thought the creep was contained a little better in 26. And I don't actually think it's creep. I think it's the you start to lose the balance between pitching and hitting. No, I do. As far as I do agree with 100%. It's just, and I'm not saying you're complaining about it. I just compare it to like when Moonball happened. So many people were complaining about it, and I'm like, why? I don't understand. It's a game. It's computer baseball. It's not actual baseball. So then, so when something happens in other games, do you complain or do you figure out how to get by it? And so I was just always surprised that people would complain about Moonball. I mean, like I said, there are 2 parts, right? I wasn't surprised that people would complain that this doesn't feel like baseball. But it surprised me when they would complain about it in like tournament play and stuff, because then it's just like, it's just one other thing you try to plan for. For the entry fee, for the entry pool thing, I totally agree that it's like the offense is low. I just don't know what I mean, if the developers know about it, I mean, if it's intentionally low, then I feel like they should at least tell people that. You don't understand why it's not. No, no. So that's the part I'm saying that's the part I don't disagree with. The part saying it doesn't feel like baseball, that's the part I don't disagree with. The part that I found completely confounding is why people are then like complaining about the competitiveness of it. It's like that's just another part of the competition then is figuring out how to do that. I think the part that it doesn't feel like baseball, I don't think anyone disagreed with that. I didn't disagree with that. Like when they look like football scores, I just think it's funny. And I'm like, okay, I wish it were more like baseball, but in a tournament, I'm just gonna figure out how to use that to my advantage. I think part of it too is like, yeah, we all wish it was more like real baseball, but at the end of a year long cycle, I was actually impressed that it didn't happen sooner. And then in 26, it didn't really seem to happen at all. Unless I missed something, did anyone else feel like there was a moon ball at the end of a 26? I thought the balance was actually pretty good through the end of the cycle. All right, so I got to go back to the free agency pool over here. Look at that, it's back to SP. This guy just wants to be a starting pitcher. Yeah, that's one of the fun things about being involved from the start of the cycle. Is whatever happens, like you're in it from the beginning. Oops, that's not what I wanted to change. I wanted to change this. RP. There we go. You only got into OOTP as a way to get into real life baseball. Well, it's a good way to do it. Yeah, no, it's my favorite. In fact, I've been giving you credit every time I've talked about the low offense, and I've been letting people know that, like, you were the first one to point it out to me, and then I started running the numbers. I didn't notice because I don't care about league. No, 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 don't drop. I want to know like why I'm confusing because I 100% agree. Maybe you think I'm not saying you're one of the people saying it doesn't feel like real baseball. I think maybe I conflated 2 points about like the entry pool thing and Moonball at the end of the season. I think the thing about the low entry pool offense, I think it's important. I'm glad OTP Development knows about it. I just wish there was better communication about like what's going on or even that they knew about it. The only reason I know that they know about it is because Paul Sporer mentioned, I think during a chat during a stream, it's like, yeah, they're aware of it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, no one responded to my post in the beta barn about it, so I had no idea people were aware of it. All of that. I think it's great that you noticed that was happening. At least in the entry pools, I don't think people are complaining yet because it's not the actual league yet. That's kind of what I'm saying, but I was saying that more for the moonball thing. So I think I probably brought in an example that was not a good example because I think maybe what 5HA is trying to say is like I don't know I don't think anyone's complaining about the entry pool. I just think people are like noticing it and are maybe confused. But if that's her point, then I 100%. I don't think. Yeah, I agree that I don't think people are complaining about it. And then I'm the one who brought up Moonball, which is a completely separate point. But in my mind, it was like kind of related, but maybe it's not related. Yeah. So if me bringing up Moonball and people complaining about Moonball made it confusing about entry pool, then that's on me. That's not on Smiley Face Jane. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. But yeah, it's always more fun if it's more like real baseball. I 100% agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't play the base game if it was like, if it bore no resemblance to actual baseball. But in fact, one of the best things about baseball is you can bring players from like 100 years ago, and the game engine will make it so they can, compete in a modern run environment. I think that's really cool. Okay, so I think the pitching is done for Team 4. Let's make sure. 13 pitchers. Yeah, it looks good. Just have to number them later. Let's save again. Okay, the players we need one copy of: utility, shortstop, center field. No, this save is going to be the way to think about it is like it's supposed to be like the white lab rat of leagues. Right? So we're going to introduce one change at a time and see what happens. And because all the players are identical and average, then the only thing that should be influencing the results is the thing we changed. Now, of course, there's always RNG, but we try to mitigate that by doing things like playing a 10 times as long season, right, to kind of iron out some of the RNG issues. Okay, so the catcher and first base, we need 2 copies each. So because all these players are identical and average, then if we boost all the power on one team and all the I on another team, and then the only differences in their run scored should be from the thing that was changed. So that's kind of the idea behind it. It's like scientific method. All right, catcher 1, catcher 2. Catcher 3. First baseman 1, first baseman 2, and first baseman 3. Okay. And then the 3 copy players are infield and corner outfield. Okay, infield. Send 1 copy over, send 2 copies over, send 3 copies over. And then corner outfield, 1 copy, 2 copies, 3 copies. Okay. So now if I go to lineups and depth charts. Okay. Do you notice a lot of RNG and defensive stat outcomes for players who have yes. Yeah. Well, not from the same ratings, but more from, like what I mentioned earlier about a player with a 45 defensive rating will win a Gold Glove. We had a guy, I don't know if Smiley Face Jane remembers who it was. It was the same sim where Dave Altizer won for center field, but he actually has center field rating and is very high. He's listed as second baseman, but he has a high second baseman rating. Someone won for right field, and they didn't even have right field on their pro. Freddie Parent, thank you, Smiley Face Jane. Freddie Parent was a shortstop who had a 20 rating in center field, had no rating in right field, but won a Gold Glove. But then I think it was Smiley Face Jane who might have figured out that it could have recalculated the fielding for the next season already. Yeah. So I keep meaning to look at, because that's a dead ball creator roster thing. So we could check that at the beginning of the season. And I keep forgetting to do it. But I think she's right that it probably, because the awards come after the season has ended. And we play on recalculation mode, which is each season the game will recalculate ratings based on the next season's statistics. And I think she's right that it happens before the awards are given out. Because the awards are given out postseason. I think right after the World Series, I think, is when the recalculation happens. Or when it says off-season begins, I think maybe is where it happens. All right, so let's number these players. Catcher. Yeah, Freddie Parent. I keep forgetting to check that. And then I remember saying, like, oh, I wonder if Spore knows about Dave Altizer because this is a really cool profile. And then I noticed he's in OOTP27. And he has, like, bad second base and great center field rating. So Spore was already on that one. He already apparently knew about that. Spore is in your entry league along with so many good players. Well, I mean, aren't the entry leagues huge? So you're going to have lots of players in there, right? All right, let's see. Catcher 1, catcher 2, first base, infield, corner outfield. Pitching. Oh, pitching's not numbered yet. SP1, SP2, SP3, SP4, SP5, RP1, RP2, RP3, RP4, RP5, RP6, RP7, and RP8. Oh, it's 50 teams? Oh, that's not that much larger than the regular league then. I thought it was like 100 teams. Okay, so let's take a look at this pitching staff, make sure it looks okay. 1 through 5, 1 through 8. All right, save game. Quick start, save as a quick start. Experiments in 27. Average League version 1. Okay. This is all players 2025 MLB average, identical, including height, weight, etc. Secondary attributes targeted 50 rating on 20-day scale. Each team one shortstop, center field, and utility. 2 catcher and first base. 3 infield, which is second base and third base. And corner outfield, left field, right field. Okay. "13 pitchers and 13 batters." Okay. I think we called this QSO1 last time, so try to be consistent with that. Save that. Okay, so the quick start means we can just start from here with every experiment we want to do. We don't have to do any more setting up. How are we in time? 12:30? Yeah, I'm not feeling great because I'm sick still. Let's see. Let me take a peek at where Midnight Sumo is at. If they're still in okay, there are 3 matches left in the top flight, and then they're going to do a replay of the whole thing. So this might be a good time to raid over. All right, Midnight Sumo, and then we'll start the experiments tomorrow night. This is exciting. First thing we'll do is just run it against itself. We'll see how that goes, and then if there are no issues that come up, if there are issues, we'll just try to debug it. And if there are no issues, then we'll do our first test, which will be the batting attributes test. Always a popular experiment that we do. All right, thanks for being here, everybody, especially without drops or pack giveaways. I appreciate you guys hanging out and help me get this league set up. It looks great. It looks better, frankly, than all the previous versions we've done of this. So I'm really excited to test it out in 26. And this data has me feeling that the simming might be better than ever, too. So we'll see how it goes. All right, Midnight Sumo, Canadian streamer who does English language commentary on live Japanese sumo tournaments. It's in the middle of one of the 5 big annual tournaments, and it's always a good time. Yes, I know you're all here for Crouton. I'll give him one last scritch for everybody tonight, too. All right, good night, everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow, and have fun with PT27.